is up, foodies, and welcome back to another episode. I am actually very excited to do this. One of my biggest hobbies right now, or just food making, is literally making pasta from scratch. I absolutely love it. It's kind of therapeutic in my opinion, and just the taste of the fresh pasta is so different than just what you buy at the store. Now, this particular recipe is like probably different than what your Uncle Vinny, your Nana, or whatever you want to call them, or whoever makes this for you. It is going to be different than that. This is my own little twist. I know, like, people, especially the Italian families, like, they make it a huge thing, and I'm just not quite there yet. And even this one too, like, I actually start with a bowl to knead kind of all the dough together, and then I put it on the countertop, where I think usually the authentic, people who do this on a weekly basis usually use the countertop. I'm just not quite there. I'm trying to master this, but this is honestly becoming just more and more fun. I'm trying to make more batches of these and give it to, family, friends, neighbors. But yeah, I think it's just kind of nice to actually make everything from scratch. It just tastes a lot better. It's fun. The only downside is it gets very messy, but I made this kind of a video of how to make it. Maybe you could try this at home. I do have a pasta machine that I got from Sur La Table, and I believe I spent like roughly 80 bucks on that. It was on sale, and I had another discount for my first purchase or whatever there. I'm not saying that you actually need to go out and get something, but you could probably make these without using the machine. I don't really know. This is just how I started, but there are other alternatives to make it instead of buying an $80 machine that you may or may not use, or may not fall in love with making pasta like me. But let's just get right into this. I'm just going to narrate the entire thing. Right, let's start it off. You got my 2 cups of flour. Again, here's my bowl that I start off with. Some little bit of salt up in there. You don't want to get too crazy. You don't want it too salty. I think other people could add oregano and stuff like that, not me. So this is key. You are going to want to make like a nice little crater. This is where your eggs are going to go. This is where you're going to kind of mix it. I've seen this on like Food Network and everyone does this, so I feel like this is the right thing to do. But yeah, if you do something different, then do it. Add a little bit of water, just so everything doesn't stick together. Also do that on my hands. I think this is a tablespoon of olive oil. Very nice. Then you want 3 eggs. Just throw them right in the center. Also the olive oil, you don't want to add too much of that olive oil, or it's just going to be super runny, which is not what you want. Obviously, make sure you don't get any shells up in there, but yeah, crack them right in the center, because we're going to mix this all together. Man, that was actually really slow egg. Yeah, you're going to want to mix this together like crazy. You're going to keep going, and basically what you're going to do is slowly move down the sides. You'll kind of see me do that in a little bit, but yeah, you just want to make sure this all sticks together. That's the whole point of this process. And let me tell you, this is a workout. So again, yeah, you're just constantly moving. You're slowly putting more and more flour into it. You don't want to throw everything all at once. It just won't, I guess, knead together. Again, I use this bowl. I'm just not there yet. I've tried this on the countertop and it just gets everywhere. So I create this little bowl, the little crater, throw it in there. It's easier for me to knead, and then eventually I will throw this on the countertop and roll it around to kind of get that ball dough that you actually want. But just look at this. This is in real time. My arms are, I'm basically turning into The Rock right now. This is absurd. But yeah, and this entire process is insane. Like, it takes a lot of time of your day. So, put some Frank Sinatra, some D. Martin, whatever you listen to, throw it on, and just don't worry about life. Just focus on the pasta. Look at this. It's just nonstop. This is crazy. Again, yeah, you guys got to keep doing this. Keep doing this. This is what you want. You kind of see it. It's not so runny anymore. It's kind of turning into more of a doughy. The egg is almost acting like the glue. Start throwing in that sides. This is the fun part. This is where you start seeing it come into life. Like, this is what you want. Now we're going to throw on the countertop. Boom. This is the, you have to throw a lot more flour on there. The flour is your best friend. That's going to make it so you don't get it everywhere and make it actually stick together. Throw some water on your hands too, so it, doesn't stick to your hands or your gloves, whatever you use. But
this is where I start using the counter, just kind of rolling it around. I did most of it already in the bowl. You're just trying to make a nice little ball. Just keep balling it up. You know, you might need to add a couple things. Maybe you want to add a little bit more olive oil, maybe water. And boom, saran wrap. Throw this bad boy in saran wrap. And you're going to throw this in the fridge for about 30 minutes or whatever. You could leave it in longer if you want. And then you're going to, you know, just make sure all the air kind of comes out of it. And you're just going to let it sit. It's going to harden up in that fridge. That's the whole purpose. Now we're going to throw, oh yeah, you got to slap it. Throw more flour on the counter. And this is the fun part. You're going to spread it out, almost just make it thin, like you're making a pizza. Look at that. Like I said, a lot of flour goes into this. Cut into thirds, or maybe fourths. I don't remember what I did here. Matters how thick you want it. You could do, you know, even thinner than that. You're just gonna break this all apart and kind of push it down to be flat. There, look at that. That is a beauty. Worth $80 in my opinion. I don't even know what it's called. Atlas 150. Look it up. Perfect. You could do different pastas in there. I mean, this thing is nice. It is a pain to clean, but it is nice. You got the knob on the side, you know, different thicknesses. Again, more flour. If you don't put enough flour, it's just going to stick in there. You want more flour. Look at that. Look how smooth that goes. That's because I added flour. You don't add flour, it's getting stuck. Ooh, look at those noodles. Now these are perfect. It took me a long time to perfect this. This is probably my 5th try making noodles, but here we are. Look at that. You got the hanger. This is actually going to dry, and they're going to turn pretty hard. You could leave them outside, or you know, in your kitchen for a bit, or you can freeze them, whatever you want to do. But look at those noodles. Well, let me know what you guys think. Give me some sauce. Until next time, you know, just keep watching and keep eating.